Hi. I watch too many movies. Consequently, I have a lot of movies that mean a lot to me. I keep them in a box in my closet. And I take that box even if I go home for a long period of time. You want to see what's in them? Alright, here we go. Actually, I don't think I have time to get through all of these. Let's just skip to the good parts. Oh yes, did I mention that I actually have books in here too? This one in particular is actually pretty important to me. It's This Star Won't Go Out by Esther Earl. It's a story really that this girl's family tells of her after she passed away from cancer, and it has copies of her diaries and letters that they write to her and what they thought about her in life, and it's actually really sweet and important and emotional, and it kind of connects with other books I have in this box that you'll see. Oh, here we go. It's my favorite movie of all time, The Shawshank Redemption. I love it because it's just a simple story that doesn't really assume too much from you, and it also still says a lot about humanity and also just this great character, Andy Dufresne. And it's such a beautiful, gorgeous movie, and every time I watch it, I always feel better. It's the kind of movie I want to make someday. I have a lot of Tarantino movies. I just have them because, well, the first pack was pretty cheap, at only $5 for the three of them, and that one thing, which was a pretty big steal, in my opinion. As for everything else, I think he's a really cool filmmaker, and I think his movies, they do a lot with violence, but also they don't necessarily make it feel unnecessary, at least in the case of the movie itself. Like, it never feels gratuitous. I don't know. He's an interesting filmmaker. I'm excited for his next movie. Okay, here's something I can't skip. It's the fact that I have all of John Green's books in this box. For me, John Green represents kind of what I hope I can be someday, minus his mental illnesses, which aren't a bad thing. It's just that there's something which I don't have to live with. But for example, this book, An Abundance of Catherines, makes me feel so like heard in the world because it's about a child prodigy, and I feel like I was a prodigy for a long time, and I hope I can translate out of that sort of rut that I have where I learn really easily, but I can't really ever like do anything with it, and I'm trying to get out of that in my life, and I think I have for the most part. In general, John's like vlogs with his brother Hank, like they always make me feel sort of seen and heard in the world, and they're always just fun, but they also have their own sort of like, I don't know, coolness about them. I actually have two copies of Turtles All the Way Down because one copy is from the tour stop that I went to where John promoted the book, and then the other one is from a scavenger hunt that he did online before the book was ever even announced, that eventually led up to announcing the publication of the book. And that one is the one that has only his signature. The one that has all the other signatures is the one that from the tour that I got signed with a bunch of the people I met from that community. who sprung up around that hunt. So both books really mean a lot to me. One represents the accomplishments I made, and one represents the people I accomplished it with. And that kind of makes me really happy. This little movie is interesting. It's called The Page Master, and it makes me really happy because I actually named my Twitter profile after that character for a while. And also it's just because it's a good movie. It makes me feel like I'm justified in being a nerd. And that little album was the opening act of the first concert I ever went to. It was by the opening band, but then it's also, my favorite band was the headliner, and they're called the Mountain Goats. And it was my first concert, my favorite band. You put it together yourself. Those are just a few of the stories I have in my box. I wish I had time to tell more. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I know I'm weird. I think we all are, though. Our movies kind of tend to reflect the people we are. Some of them are just more important than others.